We are live, and I'm refreshing the stream. And three, two, one. Now you say something. Okay, I need to make you a little louder. Mic aux. How do I? Desktop audio. Video capture boot. Maybe if I just make my lower by comparison. Well, on my end, it's no, because I can hear you perfectly fine. I'm just trying to get it picked up on the stream because you're kind of far away on the stream because it's picking up my desktop audio. Let me see if I can get it to do audio from the call. Although the thing is, wait, how do I? Hold on. I think I see a trick here. Let me just close out this game that I have running in the background, or because I'm not even playing it. And boost Edge volume. We're running this call through Edge. It might work, but we're edgy. We're so edgy. No, we're edgy. We're also edgy. So. Yeah, might be work better on Discord. If do you still have Discord? Can I just like? It's not on my phone though. It'll be a hassle for me to remember what email address I used for it. Okay, let me just figure out how to make this work then. Okay. Desktop audio source. I'm gonna add another audio source. But then properties. It should be. Audio input capture. Oh, here, I have an idea. I will mute the desktop audio capture, and then I will take audio input capture WOL 3 and properties. That will be. No, that's not right. Audio input capture. Advanced audio properties. Sorry, OBS is kind of complicated. Yeah, I tried to get it working and I just lazy. Fuck this. It's too brain for me. I need it to be able to. Properties, default. I really want this to work. What do you want to put capture? Well, so it's capturing my microphone and application audio capture. That's what I'm looking for. Instead of. Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. Okay, see something?
Hello. Testing. Hello. 1, 2, 3. That's really stupid.
Oh, okay. Yes. I got your audio working. Now I just need a separate audio capture for the window because if I do desktop, so now I have. That's perfect. Okay.
It's driving me wild. In enlisted, I researched and unlocked the Panzerschreck, but it's not allowing me to equip it. Oh, yeah, or showing me its research.
The tech trees are very complicated.
It's really weird, yeah.
Audio. Wait, hold
on.
Oh,
I think I have to get there or something.
I'm gonna add. I just have to add one more application audio. Wait, my mic should be up. That's fine.
Oh, nice. What I unlocked was the strum pistol. It's a fucking grenade on a pistol.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna test one more thing. Say something.
Hello? I was just saying I unlocked a strum pistol. It's a fucking grenade. This is such a stupid gun. I don't know if that was even real. Well, if they actually developed it anyways.
Okay, I
But
think it's
I
working.
can't use sidearms.
I
Oh no,
think.
it isn't. It's like a fully. It's like a pistol. What the fuck? I've never even seen one of these before.
But
Is it working? Can the world hear my sweet honeyed voice?
they can hear you, and they can now hear my desktop audio.
Splendid.
Okay, okay, I think it's good. I think we're ready. I think we can do it now. I think we're good.
Okay. We are cooking with the gas, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is Boots. Would you like to introduce your artwork to the one viewer?
Sure, yeah. So what I've created here, I'm not going to get into too much exposition before it's shown, but I wanted to kind of illustrate, I don't know, different beauties and brutalities, I suppose, of the modern world. How these things are cyclical, how they kind of drive us mad. I think it's really well illustrated with the poem by Rudyard Kipling, Boots. The the marching of the boots throughout the poem further illustrates the kind of the futility almost in fighting against this cycle that is deemed to consume us. These different I guess acts of monstrous self-destruction on such a large scale. I think I'm midwitting and fumbling my fucking explanation for it. I'm a bit in the cups this evening, but a big thing of it is kind of not only the futility, but how this repeats. I wanted to kind of play with the idea of play with the idea of generational trauma. Insofar as like how it's applied to not the individual but humanity as a whole. How these things kind of not only repeat, but they cause maybe the and cause or at least catalyze these other forms of just kind of abuse of the human animal by other humans, and sometimes the most horrific of ways.
The
I
beauty of
really
that,
wanted to show that.
the
I
absolute
wanted to show the
machinations
mindlessness of it, the mindlessness and the drudgery of it as well.
the
And
machinery.
I think Kipling's work is really illustrative of this. This was an individual who kind of saw that side of the world. He was sorry to just drone on here and get into fucking um you know just different poets and like this almost school of thought that existed around the time of Rudyard Kipling, and it was very much echoed by like Twain, who was a critic of Kipling. London, this idea of like the kind of this rugged barbarian poet intellectual that was in the rough and ready of the world, and it gave them this kind of forest from the trees perspective. And Kipling really, in a way, did have that, you know, with his experiences, going through what he did in his life, and it's very much echoed in his work. Like he talks about it, like you know, like being in Africa, fucking fighting these wars, being just this unit in this larger fucking cog, or this cog in this larger machine. Jesus Christ, I'm retarded tonight. But and I think that's kind of how we all feel. That's kind of how we all feel, you know. But no, that's the human experience in a lot of ways, and that's how we kind of uh, what we're kind of faced with these larger, massive issues in the human animal that drive us towards these acts of extreme monstrosity.
The ants go marching one by one. The
Well,
ants.
yeah, no, precisely. Like, and it's enough to drive one insane. I really wanted to show that. with. Sorry, I just jumped over you there, talked over you there with it. I don't want to lose it though. My mind is so slippery this evening. But that was a big part, is that I wanted to, by having the Boots poem repeat over and over again, really hammer home kind of almost the futility in it, in struggling against it. It's a very wretched thing to think of. And kind of how it's just happened over and over and over again. Just like how these fucking marching boots would drive, an enlisted man to insanity on the long marches through the wilds of darkest fucking Africa,
We're on reel 3 right now, and we're really starting to hammer in the futility of this mechanical march.
Well, it hopefully should kind of get under your skin there. So 3, that's really interesting. It was the only one in which I used not something that has happened, but maybe something that could happen, and maybe the looming specter of that happening. I used clips from the movie. Well, one long actual cut from the movie Threads. It was the scene when the nuclear bomb first went off, and I think it just really illustrates kind of not only the fear, but just the monstrosity and power that the human animal has when it's fucking driven to such extremes of war, such extremes of fucking destruction. The idea of war taken to such an extreme.
This is making me need to smoke a cigarette.
See in these, there's this huge thing in war. I've talked about it a few times where with different fools of the night. But that a lot of the times when we get ourselves in these situations in war where our technology vastly outstrips our tactics, we don't know what to fucking do with it. You'd have people lining up, trying to fight wars that they would fight with smoothbore muskets, so very inaccurate weapons, where they would need to line up fairly close, and they'd be able to march up close and form into their lines and things. But when they developed rifled barrels or machine guns like they did in the Civil War, we saw at the time the largest loss of human life, the greatest fucking devastation the world had seen in the Civil War.
The industrialization of murder.
Again, it wasn't just that. It was that the technology got well ahead of the knowledge, the tactics of the time. And we see that now with things like, well, I wouldn't say we see it, but some people are critical of things like artificial intelligence or the internet, because they say this is another way in which, we do that. And I really wanted to show that. And also how it's a an automated, never-ending fucking process. We can't stop the march of progress, it might very well fucking consume us in the end, but it's something we can't stop, just like the marching of those boots.
Very well.
And again, it's another one of those cycles that is so very intrinsic to the human experience, so very intrinsic to our fucking history books. We see these things repeated over and over again, these cycles. The atomic bomb, another good example. It's these cycles, and we find ourselves unable to escape them. There's a line in Boots where he goes, there's no discharge from the war. And that means, when you're enlisted in war, marching fucking, in your column, you can't just stop. You can't leave. You're stuck there. And that's kind of where we are as human beings. There's no discharge from the war. There's no leaving our life unless we blow our fucking brains out. Leaving society unless we go to Uncle Ted and live in some, dilapidated cabin somewhere. But yeah, there's no discharge from the war. And that's one of the most monstrous things, is we can't escape these cycles. We can't escape our condition.
But we can choose. We have no choice. We can choose our chains. We can choose our I'm smoking a cigarette as I watch it because it's exactly, this is a Sisyphean struggle that I put on myself. I literally just took a cigarette, ripped it off the cigarette, put it in my bum like I was going to do a popper, and I don't even have any weed.
Right?
I'm just fucking smoking this pure tobacco right now because it feels it's getting me fucking high on dopamine.
In some ways, just hearing myself, I think it probably sounded like a dark Michael Cera or something. But no, as I say, there's no discharge in the war, and that's one of the scariest things about it, is that we're trapped in this. We're trapped in these cycles, be it war, be it fucking, you know, domestic terror, be it genocide, be it famine. Like I'm going to show the Holodomor in the fourth piece. It shows the Holodomor. I wanted to, so in a lot of the other pieces, I used a lot of sound effects like sirens or ambience setting fucking sounds. I used, you know, the classics, the really cheesy shit, especially for the first three, before I really got kind of my own voice with it.
We just got
But
past the fourth.
I wanted this one to have a certain silence to it, because that was another issue, and like a horrific thing about the Holodomor is how silent people are about it. Not only when it was happening, that was a big thing of Soviet repression, was silence, but even now, like, these people are further spat on and shit on by the fact that it's been completely fucking brushed under the rug. The millions upon millions of lives lost because of it, and no one fucking talks about it. I also wanted to show that with how the video kind of shorts out midway through, and it goes into just into fucking just infrared, where you can barely even see these dilapidated fucking bodies. Just how historically we were barely able to see these fucking images, or barely able to see what happened, and especially in the Soviet fucking states, it was completely repressed. And it you know, and by the end of it, it just zooms in on an infrared of a starving man's dilapidated fucking face. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. As wretched as it may be to fucking draw attention to these, a lot of these things are things that are not talked about, but very much so with the Holodomor. So I really wanted that eerie silence to kind of be there, and I wanted it to start with Stalin's face. I wanted people to see not who is directly responsible, because it's never as simple as that. But I think for a lot of this, it's good to put a face to it. Everyone knows, especially in the next one, when they see the National Socialists and the monstrosity of fanaticism and belief. And I think it's really interesting, because you have one type of fanaticism destroying another with the burning of the church. But everyone knows whose face they put to it and everything, but not so much with something with the Holodomor. So I really wanted to illustrate it, and I wanted to put in a fucking piece about the Holodomor. And it's really when you start to see these videos start to increase in sophistication with the effects that I add to them, as well as the sounds, which start kind of saying their own different things.
Here's the stuka.
And by the... Oh, yes. The fifth one is very fucking interesting. How, you know, fanaticism and romanticism, as I like to talk about romanticism a lot, but it can be a horrible fucking thing, and it can be distorted into this monstrous thing. I wanted to show the infrared showing these like faces almost morphed into these demonic fucking things, just completely lost in the rapture of it, completely lost in the thing, almost like
Boots.
They'll talk about like dancing plagues. I wanted it to almost seem as well like a dance. How they'd talk about the dancing plagues that would sweep through Europe, and entire villages would just dance mad to death.
Tango.
That and this is taking a scene, by the way, from the well-known movie Come and See. And I do credit all of these pieces in the end, because they were all seminal, and they say a lot of what I'm saying. I just really wanted to illustrate, I guess, the cyclical nature in it and incorporate these. But you know, this whole dance, this whole mad dance of death, the collective insanity, the idea of collective shared insanity, and also the idea of idealism and romanticism turned to monstrosity. That's why I wanted to feature Edelweiss from The Sound of Music, and especially with the Reprise song, when it's this triumphant, beautiful, wholesome song where they conquered this, you know, whole thing in a way. I wanted to show that really we haven't. We may have, in a way, Hollywood conquered it, but as they sing Edelweiss, in the modern world, look at what happens in the background. In a lot of ways, and it might not be National Socialists burning down a fucking church, but that happens with tons of different people wearing that mask, burning down, you know, all different, you know, quote unquote churches all over the fucking world. And there we are singing Edelweiss, thinking ourselves triumphant. It also obviously illustrates the stark contrast between, like, the Edelweiss was very much like a symbol of purity, of that ideal in the NSDAP kind of mythos, you know. It was used as like they would the Gurfashagers. I'm probably mis butchering the word, but the mountain troops, they'd climb a mountain and claim an Edelweiss as like a symbolic thing. They would wear this symbol of it on their helmets, and just traditionally it standed for purity. It was the national flower of Austria. It also had that nationalistic beauty to it. And truly, these things can be and are beautiful. But I wanted to show how these things can be so monstrous and can be used in horrific ways, how the beauty can be perverted.
We are now on to reel 6, and I'm seeing the homeless. I'm seeing the bedraggled in the streets. The people.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people would one look at this and see it as a critique of poverty, and that's not what I'm trying to say at all here. This is more a critique of a system that says, smile when you see the whole world burning around you. This is a happy place. Be happy. The idea of the gilded fist that takes away your choices and chances, impoverishes you, and then says,
Everything
well,
is
in our system, you
awesome.
didn't work hard enough. You didn't try hard enough. You should be happy. This is the happiest place on earth.
The
I
government
wanted
should
to
pay me not to kill
juxtapose that
myself.
whole, well, yeah, the idea of um, the flares of like the sparkles and trying to make it look cute and sparkly over, obvious poverty. The idea that we kind of wash over these things and gentrify these neighborhoods, paint over these fucking
The
problems
streets
and
of New
pretend they
York are
don't
covered in
exist.
shit, but they make them sparkle with gold, and the fire hydrants are spray painted gold, and they pump in sounds and traffic while there's people like lying in the gutter. It's
Exactly, and they walk over these people. They'd much rather cover them in glitter and tell them that it's their fault that they're not succeeding in this fair, just, and happy place. They tell them to smile and be happy and take the happy pills because they're crazy that they're depressed. It's not that the fucking world's all fucked. The idea that like escapism through drugs can put you in that state as well, that's clearly illustrated. It's the idea that we're told that our world is a safe and happy place when more and more we see these safeties, this happiness, this joy eroding around us. We're terrified, but we're told that we should be happy and safe and that we don't need fucking to lock our doors when really fucking all we want to do is lock our doors. We lock ourselves in these little fucking gated communities and gated fucking online communities and safe spaces and hug boxes because the world is a fucking horrific place.
bring
And I'm
back the
tired of
pain.
pretending it isn't, fucking Murray.
I'm tired of pretending that piss doesn't taste like piss, but I do
Yeah.
love to learn to enjoy the taste.
What do you think of that sixth piece there? Because it is very contemporary. I wanted to show these same kind of tragedies as another cycle of horror illustrated in the modern world, and how I wanted to finish it with that. So I wanted to show again generational trauma, how these different historical horrific traumatic things have built into modern horrific traumatic things in this day and age. It it's
Oh,
sad. It's sad, but it is beautiful.
we just
And
got
it
to the
is,
end.
I think there's and
Perfect
I
timing.
finished it with a degree of hope, but also a bit of horrificness as well, as we slide further and further in this illusionary world where we're told, you know, up is down and down is right, and smile when you're sad, and be angry when you should be happy. And the problem is we're told what to think now.
We're
We're
told that
told what to
anger and
think. We're
happiness
told
and
what to
sadness
see.
are dichotomous emotions when in actuality they can all coexist.
Well, I love that idea. That's going back to like Carol and the Psychic Bible with, crying is just an unevolved form of laughter, and I tend to agree with him. I take some midwit takes on this, and I'm like kind of jumbling it all out of my head for the first time, and like expressing, what I thought of the piece, while at the same time trying to not, kind of spoil it and over fucking discuss and explain my own work and ruin it. But
Oh, no.
what would you think?
Well, I
So
think you've
I've rambled on. What are your opinions on the whole thing?
Well, I think as you've been going on it, I've been also watching and reacting to the threads playing. I'm on the credits one right now. It's I think you very much achieved what you're set out for. It's It's beautiful. You say thank you to our beautiful modern world. I say thank you to our beautiful postmodern world, because at this point we are now at a point where I suppose we can have this form of art illustrated and spoken out, and maybe somebody will see it. Maybe we're just screaming into the void tonight. Maybe it's just you and me who are appreciating this beautiful, magnificent monstrosity, and that is okay. It really is. But
did you hear? Did you hear? Like, even without my exposition, did it say something? I do wonder. You're the first person that I've talked to about it.
Oh, it did, and I mean, I've reacted to the first few I saw without you explaining them. I just watched the whole sequence now as you explained them, with sort of director's commentary, if you will, and it totally makes sense and it enthralls me, and it has that that vibe, that energy. I think you've succeeded in portraying it. I really do. I think it can be decrypted, and that is what does speak to a good TM art piece is an art that can speak for itself. But basically, what you've been telling me about it,
I'm glad it's able to speak for itself, because that's it did concern me whether it gave a concise message or whether it was just this wild manic schizo post of mine. And maybe a bit of both, But
it is a bit of both, I will say, because a lot of people won't get it. A lot of people will be predisposed to just see random bullshit. That they won't look at the work in the context of itself and as a whole, and they'll probably be drawn away. But it is a thing, and this is true for all great art, because I think great art is offensive intrinsically to some. If you have a point,
do you think it's offensive? Would you say I know people. So I didn't know this. I actually didn't know this, but people take offense to Rudyard Kipling's work because of different things he wrote. He's one of those bad authors,
Well, it's not offensive to me, but it's offensive to some.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing.
But yeah, so do you think the whole thing could be taken as an offensive? I didn't even take that. I thought it was very much
Well, I would hope so, because if people are being offended by it, that means they're being challenged. That means that at the very least, it's
some people that might lack media literacy, or I hate to use that term because it's such a buzzwordy term, but people might see a segment out, might think I might be glorifying things, or I don't know.
Well, some people will take offense and they will use that to just zone out, and you can't speak to those people because they don't want to be talked to. But some people are smart enough to realize that when they're offended by something, it's worth examining. And I think comedy is a great form. This isn't a comedic work, but the way comedy does it is it's you take something that people find ridiculous, i.e. absurd, but worthy of ridicule, and you say it in a way that seems sensical and logical to them, and because you sort of guide them along these path lines of viewing it one way, you guide them to the point where it converges with a logic that they're not prepared to deal with. And because they're not prepared to deal with that, something in their brain gets tripped up. Literally, if you take a drug, an acid trip, you trip, and now you have to reevaluate the data when you're considering it. Because you might be laughing at something as a comedian's saying, but you go home later and you're thinking about it, and you're like, that actually made some sense, didn't it? And that act of making sense of art is, I think, what it is to perceive art, and that's the other side of it.
That's in essence culture jamming, right? That's Operation Mindfuck.
I haven't read Operation Mindfuck, but it seems like it's getting at the same point. Is art is a two-player game. It's a message that is being cast out. It is data.
What I mean is I think what you're getting is you almost kind of change the frame, or shock people. And it in some ways, I wouldn't say, I think you don't always shock them, but you kind of change people's frame of view on things. And in doing that, it allows them maybe to see things and digest things and digest information in a different way, and maybe, come to some different conclusions, or, learn to, the good old fucking beauty of it, learn to question or learn to learn, right?
And that's why I think it's very important to never apologize either. Because if you're saying something with a meaning...
I'm Canadian, that's very hard for me to do.
I know. I'm sorry. Wow! You almost...
You Canadian?
Almost got
Close
double
enough.
mindfucked back there. I almost apologized to you for...
They're going to take your Pat Bald Eagle away.
No, God damn it. See...
You're going to lose your American card.
That might be
Trump's
for the best.
Trump's going to deport your ass.
Please? But anyway, um,
Where
uh,
to? They're just gonna fucking annex Canada in a couple of years.
I'll go to Sealand, I guess.
Base. I'm a
That.
lord there, so you know I'm part of the peerage of Sealand. Did you know that?
Oh, of course. No, well now I do.
Yeah, I'm part of the peerage. I have a lordship title, like, and not just a lord, like, so like I'm legally recognized as a member of the British peerage. They don't legally, because they're dicks,
Mhm.
but on paper, because Sealand is a part of the Commonwealth, and I'm a
Mhm.
lord, I should be entitled to be invited to like all of the royal weddings and shit. And I could take them to court if they don't and demand that they do.
I hope you do someday. I really hope you do. It would be
I have
quite
all
the.
the paperwork for it.
I would love to see that happen. I would love, and eventually they'll probably let you if it becomes a big enough spectacle. They'll probably be like, "Fine, go, come in."
Well, it's different than the route that Lord Miles took, but it's a similar thing. And yes, I was inspired by Lord Miles like 5 years ago
Lord,
or whenever it was that I did that.
Lord
And I'm like,
Miles
yeah, I'm
is.
gonna make myself a fucking lord, and I am like I have to get it changed on my like my fucking birth certificate or whatever. But legally, once I do the paperwork for that, I am legally a lord. I should really fucking do that because it
Do it.
plays into my weird fucking Black Butler larps.
Lord
It's perfect.
Archibald Romst of the what would you say your clan is?
Of the house fucking edgy retard.
Of the House Shitlord Express.
Shit lord, yeah.
Oh,
Um Shit Lord DuPont, no, DuPont du Shit Lord.
DuPont de Shitlord
Du
esteemed
Lac of the Lake.
of
I
the
don't know. I don't speak French. I'm just trying to incorporate some Anne Rice shit in here.
of the
The Shit Lord
Chans.
of the Lake. That's my name. The Shit Lord of the Lake.
You need, as an official of Metastate, I bestow that title upon you. It is now yours. It is official. It
The
is
Shit Lord.
you are the
We'll
shitlord of
get
the
the
lake.
French DuPont, the whole DuPont du Lac. It's it's so it would be Archibald du Shit Lord du Lac.
Hold on, I'm making you a certificate. I'm gonna bring up MS Paint. I'm gonna make you a certificate because as far as Metastate's concerned, that title is legitimate.
I am a lord. I'm a fucking. I am a member of the peerage, possibly the only member, which makes it even better.
We'll gussy it up on this. Let's
It's
say
all out group. Only one in group for me. It's the most exclusive.
get
All
a
out group all the way down, baby.
magenta background. I'm gonna make a nice MS Paint work of art here. Uh,
This is fucking excellent.
Magenta-ish. I don't know if this is the exact color reference, but that's part of MS Paint art. It's supposed to be shitty. My MS Paint art is very shitty, but
I'm
shitty to the best
also the
degree.
progenitor of dark catboyism. Like, I wasn't the first one to go insane from toxoplastosis parasitic infection, but damn it, I made it stylish. It was like Eric and Dylan and Columbine. You know, they weren't the first ones to shoot up their school, but they fucking were the first to do it with style.
But we need a fancy font, of course, or something elegant. Some
Exactly.
uh something like. Can I read this font? Let's see what's. Oh, this is perfect. Lord Archibald. What was the full title? My brain's
Lord Archibald du Shitlord du Lac.
Du Shitlord
Du Lac.
de Lac.
Or du Streets. No, du Lac is funnier.
Du,
The
de,
Shitlord of the Lake.
the Shitlord of de Lac.
It's du
And
Shitlord du Lac. That's how you say it.
Shitlord du Lac. Or Du Shitlord de Lac.
No, it's dudes. I don't know. I have to check. I don't even fucking know. Voltaire. I'm
We're,
sorry.
well, this is a metastate certificate, so whatever language we're inventing is official.
That's fair. You subjective son of a bitch.
Yeah, Lord Archibald du Chitler du la Dilek, and
It works. It's good enough. Good
du,
enough.
du Commandant.
You Commandant.
Das
Jawohl!
Commandant. Okay, perfect. Now I'll span that. Make it a little bigger. Let's add some fun imagery. No, wait, that's smaller. I'll just go 48.
Nice guy, National Socialist, of course. Of course.
Of course. We'll put that in the fine print there.
It has like it has like a small Pepe and a smiley face beside it.
We need 36. And I will put.
It's like, oh, it's cute. I think I'm funny.
I'm going to take a little picture, a screen cap of your profile pic, and put it on there.
Oh yes, yeah. My I hate the Antichrist PFP.
Oh yes. We shall get this on there. And,
with my crown, my crown, of course, my fucking glorious Burger King crown.
If it would let me blow up the image.
You know, there's only one way to get that crown.
What's the way to get the crown?
It's a secret and historic right that I dare not speak of in such public a forum.
Of course.
An ancient and historic right to get the Burger King crown.
You have to mess with the. Oh, it's not letting me blow up the image, and that's fine. I can work with this.
If you know, you know.
Oh, I can work with this. Oh, you know what? I can actually. This is perfect. You gave me.
If I take the crown off, would it be painful?
Probably.
For you?
It would be painful, but it would be a good kind of pain. It would feel very, very debilitating.
You're a big guy. Or a person. Or an OG. Enough fan quotes. Jesus Christ. I was bad at them in 2014. Now it's just horrific.
I cannot get the. I can't get the full PFP image. It's weird.
It's fine. Do you at least get the I hate the Antichrist UN? Because I should have. There's no UN helmets on them. That's what's killer. It almost ruins it, but that's okay.
You know
the
what?
UN fucking hates me, those pricks. It's just a continuation of global communism. That's why they have the same symbol. They're not going to trick me. They bastardized the plan of the Treaty of Westphalia and created something rather greasy. So the Treaty of Westphalia wasn't well, it was okay. It was okay. Let's be honest. It saved the lives of probably 1/3 of Europe. Europe lost 1/3 of its population during the 30 Years' War. If it wasn't for the Treaty of Westphalia, they may have lost another third. I wouldn't be around. Actually, wait, fuck. I hate you, Treaty of Westphalia.
Okay, I've found a way to make it work. This is becoming quite the certificate. Sign it with some official.
I'm such a dude. I'll like name drop esque like things. Like, look how smart I am. I know about the Treaty of Westphalia. Look how big my brain cock is. Like, Jesus.
Official.
Excuse me, dear listeners. Like the one person. Excuse me, one person.
Writing in script. Official. I-C-I-A-L T-M.
So this has gotten rather tangential and nonsensical, as it should, but I do wonder, tell me more about your opinion on the whole boot cycle. Like overall, wasn't it neat using the Men of Heilsrich from Zulu? I fucking love that movie. When I heard Boots, the poem itself, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like Runyard talking about like fucking, Africa and the Boer War and that stuff. So I had to fucking use that. And the image as well. The image that I used for all the boot cycle clips is like British continental troops with the Pilth helmets and all of that good fucking shit. All that good like Kipling aesthetic, fucking the man who would be king selling martini Henrys in some greasy Freemason scheme. Another brilliant Kipling fucking story. Literally openly about Freemasons. It's brilliant.
Wait, 1 second.
What would you So you have Michael Caine, Alfred Pennyworth, and this is probably the unofficial backstory of Alfred Pennyworth in Batman. It should have been like that version, like the Nolan version, is that he was doing that, and he goes to the guy playing Kipling, fucking I forget his name, great brilliant actor, Plummer, Donald Plummer, Plummer, magnificent, great actor, and he goes, you know, like, what would you say? Because he asks him for some help, and he's like, fuck off, type of thing. And he goes, well, what would you say if I were to tell you that I was a man who came from the East and I was going to the West? Would there be any help now for this widow's son? And he's like, well, I would say that I'm from the East as well. And like, it was fucking great. And it showed kind of how that works. And just overall, it gets deeper. Not gonna spoil it for you, but it's good. We should watch it sometime.
Indeed.
Classic movie. Sean Connery's in it. He's really good.
I'm almost done. This is a majestic film. The certificate is going to be all yours. You can mint it as an NFT if you want. It's going to be guaranteeing your position, basically. And
magnificent.
I feel like it just needs one more thing.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's funny is, guess who is the star of Zulu?
Who is that?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Who's Michael
Caine? He's like in the Kipling verse. He's like Big Dick of the Kipling verse. If he's in one of the millions of Jungle Book renditions or what have you, I will lose my shit. And it will actually cement. This is first established here right now that there is a Kipling verse, like the Marvel verse or any of that shit. And it's all Rudyard Kipling's different things. And Michael Caine is like his Johnny Depp to Tim Burton. He's in even though Kipling wasn't alive, like Kipling's ghost chose Michael Caine to be one of the main features in the Kipling, like the main actor in the Kipling verse.
Oh yeah. What? Oh no. My brain is like.
What's interesting? And this is when it gets really good, Coyote, and you're going to fucking love this, is that if that's the case, guess what could possibly be considered by extension a part of the Rudyard Kipling Masonic circle jerk fucking tit fuck verse?
What's that?
The Nolan Batman trilogy. For you. It is a part of the Kipling verse because Michael Caine plays Alfred.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay, it's almost done. Very, very.
Oh, and guess what? The Joker wears purple. Batman, Bane. Two extremes of the same coin. Both go against the League of Shadows. I'm just coming up this now, so it's going to be rough. But they do it in different ways, okay? Fucking Bane is order. Maintaining order, represented by the blue, of course. The Masonic figure. Bane, fucking chaos, insanity, destruction. The red, okay? The fucking male order, the fucking male mechanical fucking brain order, the feminine passion, love, fucking disorder mixed together in what do we have between the first and so the first Nolan trilogy movie, Batman is the focal point, League of Shadows, big fucking deal, that's a whole thing. The third one, who's back? The League of fucking Shadows. Kind of on bookending the real parable. What is the divine Stagazy? Who is purple? Who is a mix of the red and the blue? The Joker, baby! And that's why it's a fucking Masonic parable with the Joker in the middle, in between Boaz and Jinshin, Batman and Bane, as the Masonic fucking alchemical process made manifest.
Oh, yes. Your certificate is ready. I am readying it to send to you.
But yeah, a little bit of a tangent there, but I think I'm on to something.
The
Kipling verse. And its culmination with the Nolan trilogy. Now this is pod racing. Now this is schizo posting. We're so back, baby.
Okay, and now I send you your certificate. Here it is on the messenger. Yeah. You can mint that as an FT. Do with whatever you like.
I'm indulging in princely libations. But once I go inside, I'll check that out.
Indubitably. And
Mhm.
blah blah blah.
Also, I want to mention, I don't like when you do that fancy talk. You're appropriating my Prince culture. Fuck off with that.
Well, too bad. This is just how my voice
You
happens.
goddamn cultural terrorist, you.
I will steal every culture and remix it into something new. I'm the ultimate plagiarist king.
I hate it, but I respect it. God,
Indeed.
you are Melkor from fucking Tolkien. Jesus Christ.
Somebody posted that actually on one of my posts. Somebody posted a picture of that when they thought I was a Trump supporter, and then I was like, Trump is a bitch. They posted a picture of Malcor. Oh my god. I have one
Was
ring.
it Malkor or was it Sauron?
You're talking about the guy who whispers the secrets into the king's ears, right? Or
No, that's Grime or Wormtongue. That's
Oh no.
based as fucked up. They see you as like a CIA provocateur, perhaps a Russian or Chinese agent.
I'm
But
an
no,
agent.
that's Grime or Wormtongue. A lot of times people will conflate Sauron for Melkor. There's like drawings of like Melkor. He's like a giant shadow monster fucking thing. You know, he's like a god. He's the Lucifer fucking allegory in the Tolkien saga.
I'm something of the like. I'm a chaos agent of metastate, you might say. Ah,
But honestly, I'm terrified for the day that I come across like my Bane. You know, like with chaos, like I'm Batman in that regard. Like I'll come across not like necessarily my Joker, but my Bane, and they'll be like, you know, you use the chaos. I was born and it's molded by it. By the time I saw order, I was already a man, and it
I
was blinding. And
I
I'll be
might
fucked.
I
They'll blow
might
me the fuck out.
I
I'll
might be
get
your
owned like I
bane.
haven't been owned before. That's like Sam Hyde. I think Sam Hyde is like Bane, like in that way, a pure chaos agent. Maybe
I might,
Sam Hyde is that.
I might be your bane.
Maybe,
This
yeah,
is
maybe.
crazy. Except I'm a friendly sort. My terrorism is waving and smiling at hello, and people run and fucking scream, and
I try
that's
to
just
be
the way I
Joker
like it.
baby, but I think in a lot of ways I'm Batman, unfortunately. Jesus Christ, what I am is a midwit using goddamn Marvel tier fucking soy jack fucking analogies. Jesus Christ.
You're such a fucking burrows comparing yourself to.
Take me behind the shed and shoot me.
In good time, in good time. You're too valuable to us alive. That's the problem.
It's the old fucking stained glass analogy from The Princess Bride. I'd like that's such a grandly hubristic thing to say. I like to think of myself as fucking Indigo Montoya, that stained glass window that one would not want to fucking destroy. They'll just knock me out like the Masons. Maybe the Masons see my fucking around and my provocations, and they're like, the kid has a ways to grow, but and they're fucking retard and they're fucking a piece of shit, but they're onto something or something. I don't know. They're retarded. Let's not. They're a little retard kid. Like, not fuck. I don't know.
That's how a lot of
But
people are
you know what I
starting to
mean. In
see
the
me.
Indigo Montoya, stained glass window, baby. That's what I am. Fuck off, six-fingered man. I'll fucking kill you. You killed my name is Indigo Montoya. You
Indi-
killed my father. Now prepare to die.
See die. Oi,
And my father is the human spirit.
the spirit of the internal politics of man. Mm. I'm going to take. I'm getting. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm going to take my sleepy pill, so that goes in soon. I found when I get
Sleeping.
too
I haven't even
chaotic.
fucking had breakfast yet.
I've been up all day. Today's been a very productive
Right.
day, artistically and autistically.
Mm-hmm. How
Am I
does it
still,
speak?
I'm still streaming. Wait, no, am I still streaming? Yes, I am still streaming. Perhaps I should cut the stream here.
All right, we'll call it. But no. But please do before we go further discuss because I never really got like a solid opinion of yours on my piece, and I do
Well, I've been
kind of
telling.
fishing for that. I've been fishing for that.
I mean, we've been discussing it. I've appreciated it very much. When it comes to opinion, like, what do you want me to tell you? It's a great work of art.
Like I don't know, like what what did it? I don't know. Like, what did it feel like? Like, where, like you did the feel match. Was the tone like appropriate? I don't
I,
fucking know. I don't know
I
how people view this shit.
I think it achieved exactly what you set out to do, and I appreciate. Like when while I was watching it, my eyes lit up, and I started getting manic and clapping along. I don't know if you
That's
noticed
okay.
that.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. Yes. That when I heard Boots for the first time, I did that. I started flailing around madly in my room. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I lit up a That my natural reaction was to lit up a cigarette inside, even though I'm not supposed to smoke inside, and just start smoking it.
Oh, I didn't know you weren't supposed to smoke inside. That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I think it
So.
was like a primal. I find that really interesting because I think like what Boots illustrates is like how we're kind of trapped, and I think that even small act of rebellion was shows the measure of you, You're like,
Oh,
fuck this, I need to rebel against this structure, this system in any way I can.
and in
I
that
think that's
same
a big
way,
thing that
though, I also cigarettes are a prison I've chosen for myself because I know that despite the fact that the chaos is happening to me and I didn't ask for it, my small measure of control is to just kill myself with style and decide how I will be destroyed by factoring in all the things I love doing. And there's a lot of things I love doing, including smoking, that are really dangerous and bad for my health, and I hope to die doing them.
well, if I can, I guess, I think this is a good place to end it, and I would like to end kind of what I say on this note. Um, an old friend of mine, we're still friends, but I haven't talked in a while, but they're great, and they said to me once, it seems as though as humans, inevitably, obviously, we come to our end, but we seem to crave self-destruction. We seem to fall into these cycles in which the world snowballs into this horrific fucking thing that crushes us. So if we are to be destroyed by the world or by our own machinations, the least we can do is try to go out in our own way on our own terms as much as we can. And
I,
to finish it. Oh, sorry, Aaron. But you're yeah. I guess please do say that. No, I'll finish with my last little line.
I was just saying, basically I agree with you. Z Kyle to that. I will.
It's hail gay, hail gay,
Hell
swear
gay
hail,
to
swear hail, as they say. Swear hey,
swell hell to
hail,
that.
hail gay.
Hell gay
But
indeed.
yeah, and on in the end, another German quote, but I'll translate this to English because I think it's beautiful, almost more beautiful in English than in German. And it's this, and just in general, like it doesn't really even apply to. Maybe it does apply to the cycle. Maybe that's how you break it. I don't fucking know. But political agnostic. But um, what I will throw out just in general, just because it sounds fucking cool. Why did I say it? Because it sounded fucking cool.
Because
Patience brings roses.
indubitably.